An idea that Joseph Campbell has is that a society, a culture, it needs a unifying myth. And without that, it's going to die. And that's something I completely agree with. I mean, you see this now. I think the impulse, the drive, the observation of the monomyth, the hero's journey is just an aspect of the human condition, the human existence. I mean, now that religion has fallen out of vogue, that people aren't really believers anymore, all these quasi-religious artifacts essentially have popped up. Harry Potter, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, all this, the Avengers, Marvel. I mean, people just take it for granted, like, oh, it's movies, oh, sick movies, stars make gazillions of dollars, and these movies cost so much money. But it's like, what does that say about people that that's what we go, that's what we choose to spend our money on? That's what we, it's using, these movies require like the absolute peak of like technology, CGI and all this shit, and these really expensive cameras. A lot goes into making these movies, and people just take that for granted what that really means. The human psyche latches on to these overarching, ultimately religious mythologies. I mean, that's what the Marvel, Harry Potter, all that stuff is. And you can just poo-poo that just because you're a Reddit brain. But I mean, Harry Potter, I mean, this lady is a billionaire from writing books. Star Wars and Marvel movies are gazillion-dollar industries. Why? It's because that these things are true about humanity. And Jesus, the story of Jesus, is the realist story, the realist hero's journey, which is why the freaking calendar is named after Jesus. It's 2025 years since what? Jesus. The whole world runs off that. It's the year 2025. Even if you are a materialist, you have to give that the credit that it's due. That's quite an impact. So I think there is no, like, nothing has as much of roots as a root as that. You can't just be like, oh, well, I'm going to start a new religion or cultural movement off of Star Wars or Iron Man. It's not going to work. People don't believe in it the way they do in Christianity. So I think you might as well just become a Christian. You know, I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about how I would explain it to some atheists who just oversimplifies what I would think. Be like, I took a Kierkegaardian leap of faith into a Pascalian wager, which is a real nerd thing to say. But basically what it means is that I went down the philosophy rabbit hole, and I realized that was Kierkegaard's thing. Take a leap of faith. I think you just have to take a leap of faith into believing anything. And Pascalian's wager is that you might as well just believe in God, because it's like, if he's real, whew, thank God I believe in him. And if he's, and because if you don't believe in God, and he is real, and you go to hell, I mean, it's like not worth it. So you might as well just, you know, take your chances and believe in him, just in case he is real. Because it's like, you can't square everything. I need literal proof of all this stuff. It's not going to happen. It just takes too long. You're thinking too much as a science bitch. You just choose to believe, and then do the like AA. Like, you don't have to believe in God, but just start praying, because you're a drunk idiot and you need to get your shit together. And it's what works for most, or it's what a religious transformation is the most effective form of change for alcoholism. I don't know, Google it, I've heard that. Makes sense to me. It's good to just go along with your culture. And ultimately, West, Christian history, Christian influence, heavily, it's there. It's named after the calendar. Christ is King. Just get on board with it. Stop being a nerd. Stop overthinking. I mean, the other alternative narrative is that everything just came out of nothing, and ooh, nothing matters, and fucking ooh, now I'm a communist. Lame. Christopher Hitchens was a fat nerd. Um, Sam Harris is a dork. They're all nerds. Don't be a nerd. The Crusades were lit. Be more like a knight of the round table. I'm tired, but anyway, yeah, just shut up and do it.